A key part of being an artist is keeping a sketchbook. Hello, I'm Bob and Roberta Smith and I want to show you one of my sketchbooks. This sketchbook goes on a journey and it's from last year. We went to America to go and see my wife's mother. And then we're in New York. This is my wife, Jessie. This is her mum. We're in a restaurant. You know, we go and see Jessie's sister who's in Williamsburg, has an amazing view of the New York skyline. Jessie's sister has a son who's in a band called the Quarters of Change, so we go and see them. But then what happened, I discovered something. I'm doing this drawing with a Sharpie of my wife in the New Purity Diner in Williamsburg, and I realise the ink comes through onto the back of the page. So I think, well, that's interesting. What can I do with that? I'll do another drawing. And then I'm drawing Jessie's mum in another diner, but then it comes out on the back side. And I realised if I left that page and then made another drawing on the other page, the pages between the drawings began to talk to each other. So we got Linda, the mum, with my wife and Kate, her sister. Then we turn it over and we've got them in another conversation. But I think in here there's a great idea for maybe just a visual poem of this kind of conversation across these pages that the ink runs through the page. So these trips are always very memorable and a bit poignant, and they're always very thought-provoking because we're all getting older, wondering what on earth we're going to do, how we're going to look after each other, you know. So these conversations between Jessie and Kate, you know, they become quite powerful. Jessie's thinking the mother's fallen asleep. What's the mama dreaming of? Maybe the scissors in the jar. And then this is the next day. So we're having breakfast, but we're going back to Britain and we're getting on the airplane again. So we're back on the airplane now, coming back to the UK. Got the mask on and we're back in the plane and we're flying away, leaving the United States, coming back to Britain. And then we ended up going to Paris. This is the view from the hotel. That's the Seine on its side. This is a little fairground in St. Paul in Paris on the Rue Antoine. I love just drawing who's around, and these are people having their breakfast in the, again, you get this flipping over thing. So maybe they're at a party, they're actually having breakfast. But I love drawing people and faces, and actually more and more in my paintings I'm beginning to paint pictorial imagery again, but always thinking about language. There's still music, there's still hope. You know, keeping a sketchbook is really important because it's about capturing ideas. That's what they're for, and that's what I use them for. But they also become a huge diary over time. So I've got a sketchbook for every, you know, year of my life.